with another idiomatic expressions, specifically phrasal verbs. Now let's recall what phrasal verbs are. When we say phrasal verbs, these are a group of words that function as verbs in sentences, meaning to say they act as action words. These phrasal verbs are composed of at least a verb and a preposition. Now let's have examples. The first phrasal verb is break down. So as you can see, we have the verb break and the preposition down. Since we have combined them, we now call it as phrasal verb. Breakdown means to lose control of emotions. Example, the old Chinese woman break down in tears. Since breakdown means to lose control of emotions, this sentence only means that this woman wasn't able to control what she feels and ended up crying. Another example, he broke down and fainted when he heard the news. Note that from the phrasal verb breakdown, it became broke down. Even though the tense of verb is changed into a past tense form, still it has the same meaning. So in this sentence, it only means that this man wasn't able to get hold of his emotions when he heard the news that made him faint. Next phrasal verb is break through. Break is a verb and through is a preposition. So having these two joined together is considered as a phrasal verb. Breakthrough means to gain success in a particular field. It can be in the field of medicine, education, arts, business, etc. Example, through the use of herbal medicine, many were able to break through in the alternative healing method. So in other words, it means that because of using herbal medicine, many became successful. Another example, scientists think they are beginning to break through in the fight against cancer. To put it in another words, scientists think they are starting to achieve success in fighting cancer. Next phrasal verb is make for. Now, can you tell which is a preposition and a verb? Very good. So a preposition is for and the verb is the word make. This phrasal verb means to move towards something or someone. Example, the rickshaw driver made for the old woman on the pavement. Since we use the phrasal verb made for, the sentence only means that the driver moved toward the old woman who is on the pavement. Even though this phrasal verb changed into a past tense form, the meaning of the phrasal verb is still the same. Same with our example number 2. He picked up his umbrella and made for the door. This means that this person gets his umbrella, then moves towards the door. Next is the phrasal verb make up. How does it differ from the phrasal verb make for? So make up means to reconcile with someone. In other words, you are restoring back the friendship or other relationship you have with the other person, or to settle any arguments you have with someone. Example, he wanted to make up to Aya for the damage that he had done. This only means that he wanted to settle things with Aya. Another example, Tom still hasn't made up with Alice. Note that the phrasal verb here is in the past tense form. And this sentence means that Tom wasn't yet able to reconcile with Alice to fix the conflict he has with Alice. Next phrasal verb is pass off, which means to pretend to be someone or something else. Example, with his long white beard, he could easily pass off as a respected leader in the community. Since we have the phrasal verb pass off, this statement means that this person can be someone else or as a respected leader because of his long white bird. Next example. He put on an old blue suit, intending to pass himself off as a businessman. So here, the person pretends to be as a businessman. Next is the phrasal verb pass up. It means to ignore or to leave alone. Example, John passed up all invitations for him to join neighborhood activities. So this means that John ignored the invitation. Another example, imagine passing up an offer like that. This means that this person ignored the offer given to him. Next is the phrasal verb stand out. It means to be unique or to be noticed. Example, from a distance, Mary easily stood out as the prettiest candidate. So since we have the phrasal verb stood out, it means that among the candidates, Mary is noticed as the prettiest. Another example, her bright clothes always make her stand out in the crowd. So here, the phrasal verb means to be unique or to be noticed easily. Next is the phrasal verb stand up for, which means to defend an idea or a person. Example, Mario stood up for what he believed was right and just. So here, Mario is defending his idea or believing what was right and just. Another example, you must stand up for your rights. So this means that you must defend what your rights are. You must fight for your rights. So that's the meaning of stand up for. Next is take in. It means to understand fully. Example, I cannot take in what the elders are saying, which means that he or she can understand what the elders are saying. Next example, I'm not sure how much of this explanation she took in. So using the phrasal verb take it, this sentence means that this person isn't sure whether the other person understands what he or she says. Next phrasal verb is take up. It means to discuss. Example, I must take this up with the police officer very seriously. Or in other words, this person will discuss that matter to the police officer. Another example, Mr. Richardson take up the women's right. So here, this person discussed the women's right. So that's how this phrasal verb contributes the entire sentence. So that's the end of our discussion for today. I hope you've learned something from me. Thank you.